Okay, boys. One of the things that I enjoyed, well, actually, several times in my life, was going to the National Mall to see the big, beautiful Capitol that we've got for the United States, and the museums that line the mall and are dotted throughout the rest of Washington, D.C. The Smithsonian Institution. It's magnificent. It's fantastic. It tells the story of Americans' history and Americans' present. And it's aspirational. It tells us where we're going, why we want to go there. So today we're talking about Smithsonian's woke wrecking ball. Trump says, enough. Imagine Papa's plucking his old six-string while torching a woke curator's playbook and laughing at a DEI seminar's PowerPoint. All right, men. It's Papa on the mic for the boys, hacking through the cultural sludge like a machete through a hipster's manifesto. We're diving into the Smithsonian Institution, America's so-called national museum, fat on government cash, but run by woke crusaders hell-bent on torching the country's legacy for their precious narratives. Trump's calling for a cleanup, and damn right should be. This isn't government censorship, but government stopping the woke from censoring America's greatness. Y'all are men, not whining kids, so let's get into it. Grab a chair, tune your guitar, and listen up as Papa, emulating Johnny Cash garglin bourbon after a double-shot sermon, tears this apart in 5 points, roasting the Smithsonian's nonsense with a smirk sharper than a patriot's bayonet. One. Smithsonian's not your mama's museum. It's a woke soapbox. Man, Smithsonian's got 21 museums, from the National Mall to the National Zoo, and it's supposed to be America's crown jewel, showcasing the nation's glory. But instead of celebrating freedom, natural rights, manifest destiny, and the judeo-christian grit that built the greatest country ever, it's been hijacked by woke curators who would rather spit on the founding fathers than salute them. Exhibits on Benjamin Franklin tie his genius to slavery, like he was just a racist with a kite. The African American History Museum, once called Hard Work and Family White Culture. You believe that garbage? It's not a museum, it's a lecture hall for DEI preachers pushing division over unity. What? You thought today's Smithsonian was about showing off the Wright brothers? Nah, it's too busy crying about systemic oppression to notice America's wings. Time to kick the soapbox out. Two, government cash means government say. Deal with it. The Smithsonian plays the independent card. But let's not kid ourselves, 60% of its billion-dollar budget comes from Uncle Sam's wallet. That's your tax dollars, man. Funding exhibits that call America's soul problematic. If the government's paying, it gets to say what's on display, and Trump's saying enough with the woke rewrite. His crew's demanding a review to make sure the Smithsonian stops slinging mud at the nation's legacy and starts showing its unmatched greatness, freedom, invention, crushing slavery's evil. The woke scream censorship, but they're the ones censoring anything that doesn't fit their gloom and doom narrative. Oh, you're mad at Trump because he wants American exceptionalism? Maybe stop curating exhibits like you're auditioning for a sociology PhD. Show the good stuff, not the grudges. Woke narratives are the real censorship. Let's flip the script. The woke crowd's been censoring America's story for years, cherry-picking the ugly bits to paint the U.S. as a villain. Exhibits on Latino history cry stolen land instead of celebrating the melting pot's triumphs. They shove racism, DEI, and social justice down visitors' throats, ignoring how America's unique fight for liberty smashed the chains and built dreams. Trump's pushing to ditch these divisive themes, not to hide history, but to stop the woke from burying the best parts under their agenda. Slavery's evil? No kidding. But America ended it, bled for it, and rose stronger. That's the story, not some whiny lecture on systemic this or that. Think your exhibit on illegal immigration as heartwarming is truth? It's propaganda, and it's got no place in a museum meant to lift us up. Cut the crap, curators. 4. Transgenderism and other nonsense don't belong. Here's a wild idea. A national museum should be about the nation, not personal fetishes. The Smithsonian's flirting with displays like a transgender Statue of Liberty with pink hair. Seriously? What does that have to do with America's legacy? Transgenderism's a private choice, not a pillar of the Republic. Shoving it into exhibits is like putting a vegan manifesto in the Air and Space Museum. Irrelevant and forced. Trump's order to keep the Women's History Museum from recognizing men as women ain't bigotry. It's keeping focus on what matters. America's fight for freedom, its inventors, its heroes. Oh, you thought a trans torchbearer's gonna inspire the next generation? Try showing them Edison or the Apollo program instead of a blue dress. Stick to the script, Smithsonian. 5. America's legacy deserves better. Uplift, don't tear down. America's story is the greatest story in history. A nation built on natural rights, faith, and the guts to discover, invent, fight, and overcome. The Smithsonian should be a temple to that legacy, showcasing the Constitution, the moon landing, the end of slavery, not a platform for woke gripes about oppression or colonization. Trump's telling him to focus on aspirational exhibits that make kids want to be heroes, not victims. Ditch the divisive drivel. Racism, DEI, open borders sob stories. and show the world why America is unique, why the world wants to come to America. How could it be so evil if the world is actually beating a path to get to it? It's not about whitewashing the past. It's about balancing the scales to honor what's worth honoring. Think your social justice placards educating anyone? It's just preaching to the choir while alienating the rest. Make the Smithsonian a beacon, not a bummer. All right, man. The Smithsonian's been fleecing America's legacy with woke nonsense, using your tax dollars to call your country an evil soul. Trump's right to demand a reset. Ditch the DEI sermons, the trans tangents, the stolen land whinin, and show the world why America's the greatest. Freedom, faith, courage to do the right thing always, and fighting the good fight. This ain't censorship. It's stopping the woke from censoring the truth. Make the Smithsonian a place that lifts spirits, not a soapbox for crybabies. Keep your pride fierce, your vision clearer than a bald eagle's, and your country's story louder than a woke curator's tantrum. This is For the Boys.